All right, here's a quick tutorial on how to use CPS to set up a test or an assessment for just about anything that is true, false, multiple choice matching. So first of all, what you have to do is find CPS on your computer. I have it in two different places. I have it right here as a shortcut, but in case you have it in your applications, you want to go up to Mac HD, your hard drive. And I'm going to click under Applications. And then I'm going to scroll down under E-Instruction. There's another folder that says CPS, and I'm just going to double click that. And it should pop up. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. You should get a help window that pops up, or at least I do on mine. I'm just going to delete that as soon as it pops up, which should be any second now. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to get rid of this help window. I'm not really sure why that comes up, but I never need it. So here's your main user face for CPS. I have a bunch of tests loaded in here, things that I've made before. The real simple way to do this is just over here under Tools, click it, and then click Fast Grade. Here's where you're going to type in the name of your assessment. Since you're likely going to start with Unit 3 Test, that's what you type in. I'm just going to type test in big words, or bold letters here with a couple asterisks because I'm going to delete this when I'm done because I'm not going to use it since I already have it. So I'm going to type in Unit number 3 ATOD test and hit OK. And now you get this window. Now no matter what question you're using, you want to make sure that you use the right column based on the number of multiple choice answers you have. If it's just A, B, C, and D, use MC4. If it's matching where there's more than 4, maybe 5 or 6 or 7, so on, use these columns because you may have an answer that is, E or F or D or E, whatever it might be. Let's just pretend for a moment that I'm doing a test strictly with MC4s. So my first one would be A. Second one, let's say the answer is B. I'll just pretend that I have an answer key here in front of me. All I'm entering are the answers to all these questions. So I would just do this for the entire test. And it says current question on number 10. We'll just pretend that my test is only 10 questions long and the final answer is A. So I click that. Now I have 10 questions entered with all my grades. So now all I'm going to do is hit Save Lesson. Alright, and there it is. It shows up under My Tests. Pretty simple. Now, to engage the test is a different story, to actually get the kids to do it. So what you're going to do is click this Engage button here. So I could choose whatever test that I want. This one again has 10, so I'm going to click Engage. A new little user face is going to come up. It looks like this. Alright, you don't have to worry about anything here, just make sure that's the one that you want. Presentation, I've never done anything with that. Session title, again, is just this name of this test. Session type is important. You want to make sure it is a test. And then you're going to pick your class. Now I have a whole bunch of different classes, some are even from previous years. If it's a 7th grade class, it's tough to tell which one it is. I kind of sometimes guess these first two are probably the two I had first quarter. These are the two that I have in quarter 2. This will be the one I have in quarter 3. Sometimes that's not always the case. You can always go back and change it if it doesn't turn out to be the right one. So I'm just going to click this one because, well, let's do a high school class here. Since I only have 2 high school classes this year, this is likely semester 1. This is semester 2. We'll just try semester 1 here. And then the second part mode, it always want a student managed test. Teacher manage is something you could do with the whole group, but I've never used it. Don't worry about it. And then make sure that the first one is clicked and the last one is clicked. The first one's probably not even that important, but definitely have allow V-clicker connections because then that means the kids can use the iPads to take the test. Alright, so then I'm going to click Start. And the selected lesson has not been uploaded to Cornerstone. I don't even really know what that means. I always click yes. That's not a big deal. And it usually takes a few seconds to get to the next screen where the testing actually takes place here. So sometimes you just got to bear with it. My CPS was quite a bit slower a year ago, and there were some bugs that Patty couldn't even figure out, and other tech people had to work on. So again, just give it some time here. The temptation is want to come down here and click start again, but I promise you, yep, here it goes. V-clicker students will not be able to respond as Cornerstone URLs are invalid. This comes up. It means it won't work, but I just find if you try it one more time, it usually works. Are you sure you want to leave the projector on? This is basically saying what the next screen, if the kids were able to see it, they'd be able to see the answers to the test and see their scores. I always just disconnect from my projector at this point. Alright, so this is what you want. I'm just going to close this out and do it one more time because it said invalid. Yours may not say invalid, it might work just fine. So here I am. I'm going to click engage again. Test, student managed, right? Everything else here is correct as shown before. I'm going to click start. Again, I'm not worried about that. Yep, it doesn't even say invalid this time, so it's going to work. So I'm going to click OK. Alright, here's my class. I like to make this screen a little bit wider and bigger. Now, what you see here is every question that's going to come up for each student. Now, if you go down here to options and click color feedback, what you'll get is in these columns, it'll be green if they get the question correct, red if they get it incorrect. Just a little easier to see. And I click auto options. Don't worry about this battery stuff. It's never been an issue. It has a battery for each student, but that's not a big deal. Now, for some odd reason, the names are never in alphabetical order, but if you come up here and you just click name, it then puts them in alphabetical order, much easier to see and read. All right, so the students at this point would log into vClicker on the iPads. They should get a screen that says, it's mostly gray, that says waiting for class list to populate. At that point, you can activate the test, which is just by clicking start. Now, it usually takes anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds for the computer to send out a message through the internet to the iPads and it to show up on their screen. So tell the kids to be a little bit patient once you click start, and then it should show up on their screen and you can hit there. They can begin. As they answer questions, it should come in real time, the answers across the screen here, and give you a score over on this side. If the internet's slow, sometimes it lags a little behind, but usually within about 10 minutes of everybody finishing, it all catches up. The key then is when everybody's done, everybody's got all 10 questions answered, you want to click end. And hit end session, and then you want to hit close. And this may take a few seconds because there's some data and things coming in there. If you watch here, it'll probably be a little bit slow. So then you're done. And as all the scores come in on that spreadsheet, I always record them in my folder and then put them into Campus. But what you can do then, every time you engage a test and get kids to answer, you come over here and you click reports back on this main CPS user screen. So if I click reports, you can see these are all the different tests that I've given, probably back, into last year. The last one I gave was chapter 14 for 8th grade. I'm just going to click on it and over here, then click reports. This is all the students highlighted. I could just pick one student and print off a highlight. I'm just going to click instructor summary, but you can see there's all kinds of different reports, which is great for where PLCs are headed. But right now I'm just going to click instructor summary, and what you're going to see is all my students' grades. So here's my students: 46 out of 48, 45 out of 48, 46, 10, so on and so forth. This student I got 10 is one that struggles with not only tests, but taking it probably on the iPad. So, and I'm just going to hit close. This is always saved in there. You don't have to click save or anything like that anytime you've engaged a test and finished it. And then to go back to that screen, just always hit lessons. I have not done standards, team activities, or really tinkered with classes at this point, but lessons is where you want to be. Give it a try, and then come in and let me know if you have any questions, and we can tinker with it a little bit more. All right, good luck.